So we got a full sheet of wood with room to spare. That's beautiful. Look at this, plenty of leg room. I can stick my legs straight out. Hey, what's going on, you tubulous? EXO coming at you here, feeling so dang happy. Things have been getting real over here, so let's dive into another install episode. But before we do, I just want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, new or old. I really appreciate having you guys here and just interacting with the channel. It really means a lot. Thank you. In our last video, we took apart all the freshly charged 18s to prepare for new paint. The current finish has tons of chips and chunks missing out of it, so for the cleanest rebuild possible, these baskets need some love. Luckily, there's a local guy who quoted out $350 for all 12. Look at them all lined up right there. That is a heaven-sent view if I ever saw one. All right, just got off the phone with the blasting guy. We got all 12 baskets ready to go. I left the 13th inside because it was really hard to get undone. And besides, we're only gonna be using 12. It feels so surreal to finally be en route to start the build. Oh man. And honestly, I'm not even worried about weighing it down. By the end of all these upgrades, I'm gonna be able to drive anywhere. Either way, things still should ride pretty smooth once they're all loaded up. She's a big mama. And fun little factoid, one of the subs we got during 10 years of collecting is actually the second one ever made. Pretty cool if you ask me. All right, we're a couple miles away from 252 Customs. I'm so freaking pumped. I'm not gonna actually point the camera while we pull in. I don't wanna like reveal his address on freaking YouTube. That would be bad. At the shop, we're about to pull it in to the nice big place. She's gonna back everything in. Man, she's got some rain drips on her. I gotta take her into the car wash again. There we come on, baby, yeah. Come on, Big Bertha. She might not even make it up that thing. Looks like we're actually gonna tackle it from the other direction so we can do a little swoop diddly-o-so. There she is. Man, it's near as long as the shop. Holy cow. Nice. How's she drive? Good. And they have a high roof version, but it looks kind of goofy, and I wouldn't be able to fit it in.
That's what you had.
So it's wider than you thought, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know it was that wide.
And what's great is even if you look straight up and down, that's almost like a perfect.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. It feels really cool to be around friends and car audio again. We got some pads of paper and some pencils, and we're gonna have those guys come over here and just start double checking. It's near straight up and down. Even with such a big space to work with, it's all about finding the natural endpoints of the vehicle to accommodate things like your height and how heavy you are. So I'm sitting in the driver's seat and we're kind of getting a reference of where my seat is in relation to the B-pillar because we're gonna weld to it. So I'm getting a comfortable feel and I'm just seeing where it would be perfect. So I'm using the little lever here and I think is that click looking okay back there?
Yeah, that's your max.
That's my max right there. And that's plenty of leg room. Look at this. I can stick my legs straight out. That's comfort if I ever saw it.
A comfortable seat position, you still got 9 foot of depth.
So we got a full sheet of wood with room to spare.
Room to spare.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I picked this. It looks like even at our smallest point, we're at 63.
Yep.
And that's making everybody chuckle over here. That's not bad at all either.
It's 155 cubes gross.
Oh, is that nice? Is that nice? Is that that tickles everybody's heart?
Quite a bit from the cage and the wood, but
yep.
Still, that's a lot. That's not building over at all. That's square.
He just did something magical by moving everything that we talked about just now over the wheel well a little bit, and now look what happened to the numbers. What is that? Where is that? 173 gross. That's an increase just by 3 inches on both sides.
Yep. It's kind of funky here.
That's where the van.
Yeah, the door slides.
Yeah, the door track goes into the truck. Yep.
Well, I think we'll be fine. It's 63 there. We'll just have to notch the cage.
Yeah.
I think we can make that work.
Yeah.
The center way of where your batteries have to go, which will be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we can do, we build a cage 8 feet, and then once we get the size, the top and bottom in, we can add bars to this. See if the wall is only 7.5 feet, then we can just, you know, lose the 6 inches, you'll just gain 6 more inches for amps.
That's making me happy, man. Good idea. You see, in my head, I was just thinking go as far back as you can, but if we're gonna just go a full sheet of wood, that's some strong stuff. Man, I feel bad because he said it's so big he has to go on the floor. That's okay, we'll make quick work out of it though. He's fast. Alright, so now just to clear up some space for himself, he's gonna clip these little harnesses out of the way. All the electrical for the lights and some rando stuff back here. We got like a 120 unit for some household power, and it looks like we'll actually be able to yank this whole thing. We'll have some room just above it, so we may use that to our advantage. Oh, did you get yourself?
Yeah, that's why I said 200.
Wow, that looks really snug. Did you do that first try?
Yeah.
What in the... That's beautiful.
What you looking like right there? I'm almost at a B pillar there. Yeah, that's right inside.
Now he's taking some clamps here, doing some service up there to make sure everything stays stationary for the next step.
Good, 9/16.
So we just got the dimensions for the piece that's gonna go in between the wheel well. We're gonna cut that in.
So we right back there. If you want to give me some clamp there, I'll clamp this in.
I like that notification you got there.
See bolts, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, look at those bolts.
One there, one here.
Remember when we were taking out some of this stuff and we were left with these sockets and hardware and like, oh, what are we gonna do with it? Well, guess what? We can bolt right in for extra strong places without having to do extra welding. Take out the side piece so they can get the other little segments welded outside. It makes it a little bit easier. And believe me, I'm telling these guys to use as much as they can and get my hands dirty. But right now, it looks like they're just doing what they can and I'm just filming as much as I can. People are gonna be like, they're just having them do all the work for you. This is great though. I'm really privileged to be here. I can use all this stuff that I'm watching as a learning experience to my own projects because I've never welded before. In fact, I've never really even seen it done on this caliber. So I feel very grateful to be here and these guys are teaching me even though they're not even trying to. So I'm sure they'll get my hands dirty here in a little bit, but right now I'm just looking at all this stuff and reveling in the joy. You can see what we're talking about right here is that wheel well inside the vehicle. Now we can do everything outside. I would love to know how much each side panel weighs in the end.
I'll be able to tell you, once I know how much tubing we use, I'll be able to tell you exactly how much.
Wow, that's
everything
cool.
weighs.
And we just had some pizza, and now we're doing some testing with his SPL vehicle. Got his buddy in there just doing some tinkering and tuning. I'm not gonna show too much because there's some secrets about. Sometimes you gotta be hush-hush about things, but for now, let's shave down some panel sealer so the sides will fit in nice and flush. Oh yeah, that would fit in real good with that shaved off. Nice. The other side piece is gonna be a little bit different though, because the sliding door sticks out like a sore thumb. Right now we're working around that little track for the sliding door. See, it comes right in our way. That's what we're cutting. Run on this side just to test fit. We've just done a couple tacks. And damn, dude. That handle's coming out of here.
Yeah.
That handle
like
won't
it's
be
good
here.
though.
Dude,
It's close, ain't it?
you're like a savant. What the is going on over here? Wow, that's in there tight, huh?
Yep.
Beautiful. With both sides standing up by themselves, the upper spacing for the roof is much easier to visualize. Each panel will be separate and run parallel to the factory steel braces. We'll sandwich a stack of tubing between each one and weld directly to that, essentially making the roof one with the cage. We just took a couple pieces of scraps and put them into the rungs up here, because the roof, we're actually gonna gain some box volume because we're putting these on the opposite side. So everything that you see up there is now free space for us to work with. And I've been lending a helping hand everywhere I can, but they have done so well so far. There's one wheel well, there's the other wheel well, and don't worry about this. This is just flash surface rust. We're gonna end up painting it. But what do you think, B?
Is that drying there? Is that why there's like a clamp?
Oh, the clamp's holding it in so we can get the fitment perfectly into the edge of the vehicle, so it's holding it in. She's coming together, P. Yeah, see, on one end, the truck's just a little bit different, so we're actually gonna cut them out at 45. The other will be flush, but in doing so, we'll actually gain a perfect 3/4 on both sides, so that's the overhang we're looking for. It couldn't have worked out any better, really. Looks like those 45s did the trick. The first one's in, the second one's in. We got room on both sides. Look at that. Hugging the left side because of the angle, and the right side because it's straight up and down. Each side is different, so we're actually doing individual measurements. This is what's gonna go down across the roof, and they're gonna go down in separate sections because the roof likes to go up and down and change dimensions, so this will get everything perfect. We are feeling good, and I believe this is the last segment. We've all been working hard, hanging out, shooting the and just hanging out as friends. It feels really good to be in this environment again and just all these people here. This is a nice garage. I gotta tilt my hat to the guy. He did it up real nice here, and he's doing up me real nice. So we're gonna finish this welding, and we're gonna come back at you guys tomorrow morning for the first weekend of the big project. The big behemoth build, who even knows what that's called, but that's what I just said, and then I'm feeling good. Oh man, I'll catch you on the rebound. Well, there we have it, everybody. Build day number 1 is in the books. I am so thrilled to be able to bring you guys along for the ride, because As you know, our last build with Frankenstein was just kind of little bits and pieces of updates along the way, but we are getting totally entrenched in this build from start to finish, so huge thanks to 252 Customs for letting us expose this whole process. In fact, they're working so dang fast that I almost didn't have time to keep up with them with just filming. I'd put my camera down and take a drink. Next thing I know, they'd be over in another section of the garage, cutting another section of metal, and be like, oh man, I gotta start recording and keeping up with those guys. And it feels cool to be kind of, getting familiarized with the metalworking side of car audio. I'm a big woodworker, I've always been, and I really enjoy that part. But metalworking, holy smokes. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to slap a big fat thumbs up. This has been a long time coming. And thanks to Major Owski for participating in our last trivia game, which was what do the Soundstream XXX baskets emulate nowadays with a brand that's commonplace? And he got it with the NVX VCW basket. We have one upstairs. We posted a video doing a surround repair, but they almost look exactly alike except for that machining on the side. So big shout out to Major Owski for answering the trivia question first in the comments. And for today's trivia question, let's go ahead and do something a little bit different. What is the most important part about building a sound system? How it sounds, how loud it is, how cool it looks, or how it makes you feel? I mean, I definitely know my answer, but it will be interesting to see what a lot of other people are doing this for, why they're going all out, the rhyme and reason of it all. And if you're just a die-hard enthusiast who loves picking up new stuff all the time, remember Showtime Electronics at the top of your list, because this holiday season, that good old EXO coupon code is gonna be coming through in the clutch, so thank you for shopping at Showtime. Every little bit helps support the channel here, so watching and shopping is like the same thing. So thanks for supporting the EXO channels. Every little bit helps, guys. So until the next video, this is EXO wrapping up day 1 of the 252 Custom. Stay tuned for day 2. Oh man, that got a little hectic, but that's what it's all about, right? Getting crazy and going big. So until the next video, this is EXO signing out. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you on the next one.